I have dedicated my professional career to the study and control of arthropods.
Hello, I'm not sure if this is going to be one part or more. This is a video. I'm making it in response to JBBremerton's video, Creationism Under Fire, which is actually a clip from one of Kent Hovind's videos. And I'm not actually making this as a video response to JBBremerton, as even if I did, he would refuse it, as he refuses comments and whatever, any criticism against his thing. He seems to have no patience for. But what I want to do is I want to spend just a quick little bit of time refuting the points in that video specifically. Although it's Kent Hovind, we all know that he's a big liar, right? So that's not the point of this video. What I want to talk about, just the first things about it, why this video is wrong, and then talk a little bit more about the right wing authoritarian personality type and why they accept this bullshit as fact. Okay, just real quick. Again, I don't want this to be a criticism of the Kent Hovind video. That's too easy. But just real quick, he states at the beginning, JBBremerton puts a little thing at the beginning of the video that says, "It's not true because Kent Hovind said it. It is true. Then he happened to say it." JB, there's not a single thing that Kent Hovind has ever said that's true. Well, okay, that's probably an exaggeration. There's precious little that man says that's true, okay? And I don't care. It has nothing to do with a bias or belief in religion or not religion or science. Anything I believe in has nothing to do with the fact. A lie is a lie, okay? Right? I believe in evolution, okay? I believe that life evolved on this planet. Okay? So, if somebody walks up to me and says, "Oh, I believe in evolution too," you know how I know? Because I met a leprechaun that told me evolution was true. I'm not going to believe that because I already believe in evolution. I hope I'm making sense. Okay? The fact, evidence is true or not true. A lie is a lie, even if it supports my conclusion. Okay? And that's the point I'm going to try to make in this video. So, he starts talking about, this whole video on Creationism Under Fire is this typical persecution crap they like to come up with about why, how the whole expelled garbage, that somehow these great brilliant scientists that are somehow questioning Darwinian evolution are being, pushed out of their jobs and careers and having their lives ruined for merely innocently speaking the truth. The fact of the matter is that's not happening, okay? And if it is happening and where it's happening, it's wrong. I would side with them any day if somebody's actually losing their job because of their ideology. Okay. So he starts off talking about Robert Gentry, and he says he was proving the Big Bang Theory wrong. Gentry never touched the Big Bang Theory. His polonium halos, which has been refuted by actual geologists, okay? Real geologists have refuted. Gentry's not a geologist. They have refuted every single thing, not just because they don't like the message, because it's wrong, okay? So don't buy this. Well, they didn't like what he had to say, so they refuted his message. No, it's not. There's no evidence whatsoever that the halos that he's looking at are even polonium halos, okay? He assumes they are, and then draws conclusions based on that assumption, okay? There's a whole lot of things wrong with it, a whole lot of questions that he just never answers. He just keeps repeating the same claim, okay? Okay, he goes to, this is an interesting one. Roger DeHart was a high school science teacher in Seattle, some Seattle area. This is what Hovind says. This is a direct quote from Hovind. Roger DeHart was told he could not inform students of errors in the textbook by passing out articles from current science journals. Okay, so what we're supposed to believe is that here's this science teacher who's teaching high school biology, and where he finds little bits of things, his errors in the textbook, he hands the students peer-reviewed literature that shows where those things are wrong, and he got in trouble for it. Fact is, that's a lie. Okay, Hovind knows that's a lie too. He's been informed of this many, many times. Okay, it's a Roger DeHart was using a creation science textbook as a high school biology textbook in a public school. Okay, he wasn't showing errors in the textbook. He was using Of Pandas and People, the old one, the one that still said creationism in it, as a textbook in high school. He was using an anti-evolution textbook. Okay, not approved. Now, again, you want to get into that whole thing of schools and students' rights and all that stuff. The textbook was not approved curricula. Okay, so that's what he was told he couldn't do. He was told he couldn't use that textbook, and what he started doing is photocopying pages from it and distributing it, and then having students hand it back. So basically, he got away with this for a long time, and it's wrong. Check my time. Okay, let's see here. Kevin Haley was fired for teaching flaws in evolution. He was a Oregon community college in Oregon, a biology teacher. First of all, and whether or not this is a legitimate case, but the point is that it's been made public, the non-renewal of contract paper that he was given has no reason for his firing. It just states that his contract will not be renewed. And when offered free legal to sue the college, if indeed it was true that he was fired for being a creationist, he refused to take legal action against him. So whatever that means. So maybe that's just a minor one here. But then the big one. This is the one I hate. I hate it because it's a lie. And it's a lie not just by Hovind. It's a lie by a lot of people. He states that Baylor University fired William Dembski in 2000 because he was an advocate of intelligent design. Okay? This is ridiculous. Okay? First of all, in 2000, Dembski and another ideologist, what do you want to call them, they went through and had a sort of special department, a intelligent design think tank created at Baylor. Okay, now this bypassed the Board of Regents and bypassed all of the school's protocols for creating a new department. So as soon as that attention was drawn, they had to collapse the department. Okay, they never fired him. He just lost that position in the department that they had just created for him. Okay, he went on teaching. He went on being paid, getting a paycheck from Baylor University for 5 years until he moved on voluntarily in 2005, telling people that he was fired in 2000. Okay, that's a lie. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Okay, now we get to Forrest Mims. This one's talked about a lot. According to Hovind, he applied for a job as a writer for Scientific American and was denied because he was a creationist. That's completely false. Okay? The job required a master's degree or higher in one of the sciences. Okay? That was the job. That's what the job required. Forrest Mims, and he's a great writer. I'm not knocking Forrest Mims. He's a great writer. He's a great pop science writer. I'm not criticizing his abilities in any capacity. However, he's got a Bachelor of Science in Government. Okay? And that doesn't stop anybody. Your degree, I'm not saying the degree doesn't mean you're not qualified, but when a job says master's degree or higher, you have to have a master's degree or higher. It's simply their hiring standards. He never was refused the job because he was a creationist. Okay? They just pulled that one out of their asses. All right? Okay, I am going to stop now, and I will finish this up with my conclusion in part 2.